Hi ladies, Meredith here. How are y'all doing today? Are y'all getting ready for Thanksgiving? I know we are. I have been decorating all day, trying to get everything ready to have people over. I'm hosting tomorrow. So I'm gonna wait just a little bit. So wait for y'all to jump on until I see some numbers, and throw me some comments when y'all jump on and let me know you can hear me and see me. And as soon as I start seeing some comments and some people show up, I will go ahead and get started. Before I start diving into anything, I'm gonna go ahead and answer this question that people always ask me of my setup. Who is the cute guy in the back and the girl? It's actually, hey ladies, I'm giving y'all the scoop of what's going on behind my picture while I'm waiting for you guys to show up. But this picture I've had since I was 19 years old, when I first started my makeup artistry career, and it's a black and white photography by a photographer called Pamela Hanson, and it's this cute guy that's looking at his lady putting on lipstick. Isn't that pretty cool that I've had that since I was 19, which is only like a couple years ago. But anyways, I'm so happy to be here and talk with you guys today about like my favorite topic ever, which is makeup and skincare. Hey Ashley! Big thing that I'm a big believer in, hi Stephanie, is our product knowledge. You know, we share things, hey Natalie, we share things with people, and we are in the business of selling, but you know what, if we don't know what we're selling, how are we going to be able to sell it effectively? What I tell a lot of my girls and also all of my customers, thanks Ash, you love the lips, it's Plumeria. Isn't it pretty? I went completely bold. I just said, let's do something fun. But I tell all of my customers and all of my new girls and everything else, throw everything you've ever learned since we were, what, like 12 years old about makeup and skincare and throw it out the window. Like completely chunk everything you've ever learned about traditional makeup and traditional skincare and throw it out the window, and then now welcome to Synergence. Because our products are truly so unique and so different, it's a whole new learning curve, but once you do learn it and you help your customers understand, then they are customers and people for life. Because I just did a video not too long ago and a training, hi Cheryl, not too long ago, and I asked everybody in the room and all the girls, and I said, who in this room will ever not put Synergence skincare and makeup on their face ever? Like, if we'll never put anything but just Synergence on their face. And not one person raised their hand saying they weren't going to ever not put anything but Synergence on their face. I know I won't. I will never use anything but Synergence products for the rest of my life. So therefore, that should tell you that that's constant residual income though. But when you learn about our products, like first of all, our Lip Sense, that's the WOW product, right? So if you are not, when you're educating and when you're sharing these products with, let's say you're having a Lips and Sips or Facebook Live or something like that, you need to make sure that you're educating them on how to apply the Lip Sense. And you know, a lot of times we'll be at the Lips and Sips or our Facebook party, and we tell them, these brand new people to Synergence, that you have to apply it in 3 layers, but it'll go in one ear and out the other. If you don't make sure that your #1 goal is to make sure they have the best experience with Lip Sense, because if it's actually applied correctly and they know how to remove it correctly and they know they're going to go through an exfoliation process and they're actually excited about going through the exfoliation process, revealing softer, smoother lips, after they go through the exfoliation process, know that they should use the Glossy Gloss as their nighttime treatment. When they take the Lip Sense off, you use our Oops Remover and let it soak in, let it generously soak in. Don't just apply the Oops Remover and then go ahead and try to take it off right away. Always tell them, apply your Oops Remover, let the Oops Remover do its job and start breaking down the molecular bond of Lip Sense, and then I go and scrub the rest of my face and wash my face while that's happening. And then always the tips and tricks is using a warm wet washcloth to scrub those lips up. So we all have tons of videos of how to apply Lip Sense, how to remove Lip Sense, you know, all the tips and tricks. So when you're working with your customers, make sure that you say, okay, girl, and you tell them everything, you know, when you're at your Lips and Sips or you're just a personal one-on-one demonstration, but you make sure that you always follow up with them and let them know, I'm going to be sending you this video on everything I just told you, so when you're at home and you're trying to figure out how to apply it, that you'll be able to refer to these videos. And then when you want to take it off, you'll know how to make sure you scrub your lips with the warm wet washcloth and use the Glossy Gloss as your nighttime treatment. And then also treat it like a skincare system for your lips. Don't, I always tell people, kind of throw out your other stuff, throw out your chapsticks and throw out your lipsticks, because with lip sense, you're completely transforming your lips, revealing softer, smoother lips because of the exfoliation process, because we are 100% kosher, vegan, soy-free, lead-free, and wax-free. And because we are wax-free, like every other product on the market, I've had some individuals ask me for a full list of ingredients of what's in Lip Sense. Is there a location? Yes, we have memes and everything that I'm sure that's in the office of Natalie's webpage, and we have stuff. We can definitely get that to you. But because it is wax-free, everything else that we normally put on our lips is what? Packed full of wax. So I tell my customers when I'm educating them, or any of my girls' Lip Senses, I'm like, what do surfers put on their board to keep moisture out? They put wax on their board to prevent moisture from getting in. So with Lip Sense, you don't want to put a chapstick on the next day, because you're just going to be, scares people to say throw it out at first, but it's so true. Well, I kind of say, do you want to have awesome lips? Like that Paula Abdul song, like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I don't know if that's it or not, but that's like, it's really so true, because you're really not just thinking of Lip Sense as a lip color. It completely can transform your lips. And once you understand how it works, you'll never want to use anything else. So make sure, because I know how busy Lips and Sips can get, or, your one-on-one demos, that I'm a big, amen sister. I'm a big proponent on following up and making sure they understand, because so many times you're at Lips and Sips and you're having like a ton of people come up to you and they're like, they forget that they need to do 3 layers. Because I've been actually at parties before, and they're like, oh, it is. I call Lip Sense the skincare system for your lips. Absolutely. And then that helps me be able to, Lips and Sips is, I coined that term of Lips and Sips is like an in-home, which is what me and my girls call it, because you want to be able to sip on something and show that your color isn't coming off. So, but when you're having these parties and stuff, they might forget that they have to do the 3 layers, and they might forget, oh, she told me not to do something at night, but I can't remember. But if you make sure you have a list of at your in-home party or your one-on-one demonstration, which I'm a big proponent of one-on-one demonstration, because I feel like it's more personal. You can go and just make it fun. Like, y'all, you can totally take advantage of using the holidays right now and just say, who wants to have a makeover? Absolutely, Natalie. Thank you for doing that. 100%. Who wants to have a makeover? Let's give a fun holiday look. And you start from the skincare, all the way through a daytime into a fun holiday look. And then they not only get to hear your product knowledge and they get to hear you telling them all about it, but they get to feel it on their face. They get to smell everything. And then also, y'all know that for anybody that doesn't know this, any fragrances that we have, they're all natural botanicals. And so our skincare and everything smells so wonderful. I don't know if y'all have used, my background as a professional makeup artist, I used to actually travel around with Laura Mercier herself. I started my own makeup artistry company. I had the opportunity to travel nationally and internationally, but I decided to go out on my own because I was an entrepreneur at heart. And I started out working with the everyday individual woman. So that is my kind of background. So I'm very big on knowing other products out there, which is another thing too. We need to make sure that you know what our competition is, which I really don't think we have any, but some people might think they are when they haven't found Synergence or they haven't tried Synergence products. So a lot of other companies pack their products full of fragrances, which is not good for your skin anyways. But so just know when they feel that on their skin and you're doing the demo that those are all natural botanicals is what you're feeling. I mean, what you're smelling. So when you have parties or you have those one-on-one demos, make sure you're getting their information. Let's say a lot of the girls like to do vendor events and vendor shows. Those are all cold market people. So you need to make sure you have a system and a way that you're getting everybody's information that has purchased from you and make sure that, and let them know, I'm going to be sending you videos on how to apply this and how to remove this, and tips and tricks. And then I also have a really great video on the skincare system I was telling you about. Check it out. So you always preface that with them, let them know that they're going to be having something for their lips to make sure they remind them, but then also let them know, I'm going to be sending you something else about the skincare I told you about, or the foundation I told you about. And that's at like a vendor show. But your one-on-one demos, I'm telling you girls, that those are my favorite. That's where I feel like you get the personal relationship, because I've been in this industry for so long, and if you are out there just trying to get a sale, you might get a couple sales, but your relationship with that customer will not be authentically pure and honest. Because if you are working with that woman and you're truly wanting the best for her, you're wanting the best color for her, you're wanting to set her up with the best shadow sense colors, you're really working with her and working within her budget, saying, okay, let's figure out what we can do first. These are the ones that I suggest, and know which ones you would suggest for them. And that's product knowledge setting. And know how to work with them. Because if you authentically care about that person, they're going to know. I know if you're just trying to get a sale from me, or if you really care about me. I mean, of course, we're on the business of making money, 100%. That's the way the world goes around. But it's if you authentically share and care. Because I always tell my girls that we are in the business of sharing. We are not in the business of selling. Yes, we sell stuff, but every day I share. I share a full face of makeup when I go to my Bar 3 workout. I have my stripes on. I go and tell people, and people are like, oh, your skin looks so great. We are all walking billboards for our business. And I've never seen a company personally that has such an organic share. It is so naturally organic to start a conversation with somebody about, that my lips won't come off, or they don't move when I smudge and budge, or I do a full workout and I'm drenched in sweat and nothing's coming off, and people will come up to me going, how is your makeup not coming off? I mean, it's such an organic share. But going back to your customers, they will know if you are just trying to get a sale. So don't try to get a sale, because it might be that instant gratification, but it will not be your longevity. It will not be something that will be for years and years and years to come. And remember, I was telling you that I asked a room full of women, probably 200 women, if they will ever put anything but SeneGence Cosmetics on their face, or lip sense on their lips, and not one person raised their hand. That is constant residual income, not just from customers, but from distributors. And if you treat your customers with care, they're always going to do what you say, because you're like, okay, I really want you to have, and I say this to my girls, I personally want you to have the best experience. So for you to have the best experience, I need you to watch these short videos. I need you to watch these 3 videos. Let me know when you can watch them, and then I'll follow up with you. And some people think they're like, okay, Meredith, I got it. I know I'm going to go through the exfoliation process. I know and they're excited about it. They're not texting you later, and don't be scared either to tell people they're going to go through an exfoliation process, but spin it in a way. If y'all would like to know how I say things. Okay, so when I am and I'm talking a lot about LipSense right now, because that is our wow product. That's how we introduce people to SeneGence, because it really is truly something that, I mean, even if people don't wear makeup, a lot of people wear lipstick. So I'm talking about that, but I'm definitely going to go into the other products to give you some product knowledge and my tips and tricks. But what I say, let's say I'm at Lips and Sips, or I'm talking to somebody and they've never heard about it. I say, well, have you ever heard about LipSense? And they're like, yeah, I kind of heard about it, but I don't really know anything about it. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I said, well, LipSense is not a lipstick, and it's not a lip stain. It actually molecularly bonds to your lips, and it's applied in 3 sweeping layers, kind of how we apply like our nail polish to get that perfect look. And it's also paired with the most amazing glossy gloss that's packed full of shea butter and vitamin E, and that's able, due to the patented technology, able to penetrate the molecular bond of LipSense, and that's what keeps your lips moisturized throughout the day. Because that's the #1 question, right? Does it dry your lips out? Because every other thing on the market does, like a lipstick or a lip stain. Well, LipSense isn't. It's 100%. It's not a lipstick or a lip stain. It actually, it's a kosher, vegan, soy-free, lead-free, and wax-free. And because it's wax-free, it allows your lips to exfoliate. Because what we actually, listen to that, what we actually apply to our lips every day is packed full of wax, whether it's chapstick, lipstick, Aquaphor, Carmex, which is awful for your lips, girls, and Blistex, anything that is not Lip Sense is packed full of wax. And it doesn't matter if it's organic wax. I mean, it really doesn't. It's not good for your lips. And honestly, it's a genius marketing thing what the lipstick industry did. Just for y'all to understand, I say this to a lot of the girls that are in the customers and say it's pretty genius what they do, because what are you constantly applying to your lips every day? And they're like, lipstick or chapstick. And I'm like, and the more it goes down, what do you have to go do? You have to go buy more, right? Well, with Lip Sense is actually comparable to like 4 tubes of lipstick, because you only apply it once a day. So the $25 for Lip Sense is really like $2. I mean, if you think about it. So what do you want to put on your lips? You want to put wax on that you're constantly never able to exfoliate your lips? Because we're supposed to exfoliate our lips. We're supposed to exfoliate everything. We exfoliate our face, we exfoliate our body. Why are we not exfoliating our lips? Because that's going to reveal softer, smoother, younger looking lips. Because if you see, we actually have pictures that show you, before Lip Sense and after Lip Sense, and a chapstick user, and then like 10 to 15 days after just being a Lip Sense user. And so then they're like, oh, that makes so much sense when you explain it that way. And you're right. I did not get that way overnight, knowing how to spin that off like I could sleep. And honestly, I would encourage all of you. I have SoundCloud links, audio files, and YouTube videos. I would literally, if you're brand new starting this and you want to feel comfortable enough and you don't want to feel like you're froze, and when you're in front of somebody talking, play somebody else that knows what they're talking about over and over and over and over again, and because it'll automatically start sinking into your head. That is exactly what I did when I first started. I had my amazing upline, Courtney, and I'm like, because I'm a kind of a product geek, like knowledge geek. If I'm going to represent something, I have to know what I'm talking about, because I don't want to look like I'm an idiot. Does that make sense? So y'all need to up your game. I mean, and not in a bad way, but people know if you know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So like when I first started as in the makeup artistry business, I started at 19 when I had that picture when I bought it in my first apartment, and I started at Lancome. And they were like, welcome to the team. So happy to have you. You have such a natural talent and gift. Because I've been playing with makeup since I could even remember, probably since I was 5 years old. My mom has pictures of me like playing with makeup. It's pretty fun. But they were like, welcome to the team. And now go learn 1,000 of these products and know every ingredient and know what they're for and who they're for and who is this for? Is it for mature skin? Is it for oily skin? Is it for dry skin? And there's so much training out there on all these products, and I'm going to go through it in a little bit. I'm not going to take too much of y'all's time, but I'm going to go through some of these products with you guys in order that I would apply them and suggest that they are applied, and then I'll give you my tips and tricks. But know what you're selling. Know that, tell them to use their glossy glosses, their nighttime treatment. And my thing that I don't know if anybody else did, but when I first started, I am a big proponent of telling them to wet a warm wet washcloth, and after they've generously applied the Oops Remover and wash their face, take 2 fingers and literally scrub, and get the Lip Sense color off. But then I also tell the customer that you're going to see layers of dead skin start to remove and come off because of all the years of applying wax-based products. And I was telling you, I'm going to piggyback on what I was saying before about it's pretty a genius marketing plan that they basically put addictive properties into a lot of those wax-based products like chapsticks and Carmex and Blistex, so then you constantly have to apply them. How many people have been like at a Lips and Sips or talking with your girlfriend and they're like, oh my gosh, I have like 25 chapsticks, and they like pour it out of their purse, and they're like chapstick hoarders because they're constantly having to apply it. So when you tell them they're not going to have to do that again, they're super excited about it. But I have to stress this. If you do not take control of educating your customers when they first try Lip Sense, or I'm going to go into some of these other products and tips and tricks, if you don't do that, and then because what's the number one thing that people do when they put their lip color on? Normally, when they would put lipstick on, what's the first thing that people do after they put their lip color on? They do 1 swipe and 2 swipes. What do? They do that, right? Well, how if they did that, and I've seen it 100 times, what if they did that with Lip Sense at home? Do you think they're going to like that? Hey, Ashley. Do you think they're going to like LipSense because they put their lips together like they normally would with a normal lipstick color? Because can't stress this enough. Because Senegence, the reason why we're all here is because Senegence products are so amazing. They work. They're great for our skin, but they truly are so unique and different. Us as distributors, it's our responsibility to educate them. And we have to make sure that we take the time, because if we do, like I said, caring with your heart and sharing with them, they're going to know that you care about them, and that they're going to know you want the best experience for them, and they're going to trust you to always come back to you. And I have to even piggyback on this, that a lot of my distributors that started with me, that are with me, started out as my customer. And because I took such great care and helping them and educating them, they loved it from the start. They loved it from the bat. I mean, if you are out there and you're not educating them on how to do it, and I don't like say that you told them once, because like I said, things go in one ear and out the other. You have to make sure you say, please watch this video of, you know, my girlfriend Meredith doing this, or please watch this of Natalie doing this, or this of Ashley doing this, or helping them do third-party tools that are short videos. Do not ask them to watch a 45-minute tutorial on eye makeup unless that's what they want. I'm talking about just short, simple, quick tips to make sure they have the best experience. Because if you do that, you possibly can have a great team already starting for you before you even know that. Okay? So educate your customers and care about what you're doing. Don't just try to get a sale. Because I always say to this, you can be the best recruiter and Senegence, but if you do not treat your customers and teach your distributors on how to properly apply all these products, and how to tell them to train their customers and what videos to send, because how I tell things to my customers and share things to my customers, guess what? When they become distributors, what are they going to do? They're going to do what you did. They're going to do exactly what you did. You're like, well, you sent me these after I sent, okay, when I sold this, you sent me these 3 videos, and you told me to do this, this, and this, and this. And I did it, and I had a really great experience. And I already knew I was going to go through the exfoliation process, etc. So make sure you do that, because they're always going to do what you do, and they're not always going to do what you say. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to go into, real quick, some of our products. And then, yes, it's not just a quick sale, because, I was saying, thank you, Ashley, for reminding me about recruiting. You can recruit as many people as you want. You can be the best recruiter in the company in the very beginning, and you might be blowing it up big in the very beginning. But if you do not train your distributors on how to educate their customers and care about them, your business will die. Because guess what happens? Their business, they don't have any customers to sell to, because they're just slinging LipSense. They're just slinging a LipSense color. Oh my gosh! If I ever found a person that I found out about it, that just sold a LipSense color without the gloss and the oops, I mean, you're totally doing a disservice for that person, because you want $25. You're not even getting $25. You want like $10? Really? It's not worth it. Care about them, because it always will come back to you. 100%. Do not just try to get that sale. I personally will never sell just a LipSense color. I've been asked that before, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do that, because you will not have the best experience. It's bought as a team and as a collection, because and then also know that glossy gloss is like the mother hen. Whoops. It's like, do not set up, I personally, this is my opinion, and I think a lot of people agree with me, when people start out with LipSense, it is the LipSense color that they choose, the oops remover, and the glossy gloss. That is how we start them. That is the way to go. Then if they want a pink glitter gloss, or a bougie gloss, the Bougainvillea, let's call it bougie. I love bougie gloss. Or any other things. Those are cherries on the top over here. The collection is LipSense, oops remover, glossy gloss. Glossy gloss is the mother hen, especially when somebody's first starting out with LipSense. If you sell a LipSense color, especially if it's like a matte color, so if it's like a First Love or something, and then you give them a matte gloss and they're like, oh, I don't like gloss. I don't like gloss. I like matte. I'm only matte. I'm only matte. I'm like, no problem. I said, look at my lips right now. Do I look like I have glossy on? And they're like, no. And I'm like, exactly, because your lips drink in the glossy. So you can get, and we have memes and pictures out there where somebody wants to buck you in the very beginning on the sale because they want matte gloss instead of glossy gloss. Just show them like 20 minutes later, you can still get a matte look with the gloss, with using Glossy, because Glossy is not like a gloss. I also have to keep reminding people, throw everything you've ever learned about makeup and skincare and throw it out the window, and then welcome to SeneGence, because Glossy Gloss is not like a gloss. It's not some sticky, ooey gooey-ness. It's pure heaven. So that's the mothership. Always start them with Glossy Gloss, and then make sure they're using that Glossy as their nighttime treatment, because it'll help speed up that exfoliation process and the warm, wet washcloth, okay? I'm so glad y'all agree with the Glossy Gloss. It's just a big deal, because they're not gonna, if they have a bad experience, they're not, most times they'll try it your way, but why don't you want them to try it the right way the first time? Instead of them calling you and going, I just don't like it, it's just really dry, and I put my lips together, and they, you know, just go ahead and let them know everything from the very beginning and set them up for the best success, for the best experience, because you truly want the best for them. Like I said, treat your clients like you care, and your customer, and be a professional. That's another thing. We should be professional consultants. You are not a salesperson. You are a professional consultant. So think of yourself like that, because you are taking care of women. You're helping, sharing these amazing products with them, and you want the best experience for them. So take the sales out of your mind and umbrella, and be more of a sharer and a cheerleader for your customers that will most likely become distributors, if not become wholesale customers for you. Okay, so I'm going to start going through skincare, shadow senses, foundations, everything, and just give you a couple of my tips and tricks with them. Okay, so first thing that you apply to your skin is our awesome, amazing anti-wrinkle treatment. Can you tell? It's almost gone, but I have it. Couple more downstairs, so I'm not worried about it. And then also, when you're sharing this, with your one-on-one demo or any functions or lips and sips, show them the airtight technology. Show them that they are not only getting 100% of product. Let me see if I have like a full one. See how you have so much more product here. When you first get your tube, you're getting the entire tube of the anti-wrinkle treatment. You're getting the entire tube of foundation, so you know exactly how much you're getting. And tell them this, because this is the God's honest truth. That is not normal within the cosmetic industry. Within the cosmetic industry, it's like a bag of Lay's potato chips. It's like filled with like almost half air, and then the rest of it's product. That's why we have memes out there comparing some of the other lip sense colors, because we put all of the lip sense color inside there. It's clear. You can actually see it. On another lip line, they might say, oh, well, theirs is only, you know, $20 or something, but you don't get nearly as much product that you get with ours. So always make sure you show the airtight technology. Not only can they see how much they're getting, but you also can see when it's time to reorder. And a lot of people like that, because there's not one wasted drop. It's very good to the last drop. So anti-wrinkle treatment, it's been compared against and tested against Botox. So always say that, because people are like, huh, really? And for people that actually like to get Botox, which is a lot of people in America and all around the world, tell them that, not saying you can't go get Botox, but let them know that this will help prolong your having to go treatments. Meaning, like, if you go every 3 months, this will probably help prolong you to go, you know, every 4 to 5 months. So a lot of people like that, because it helps save them money that way too. Okay, next that goes on the skin is our Serum C. Always remember the airtight technology. Show them the little pearlized beads in there. This is actual live active vitamin C. That is kind of a big deal. This is going to help give you that glow, that anti-wrinkle treatment first. Spot on treatment, I'm sorry, if you have a boo-boo or spot, but the anti-wrinkle treatment is your first skin to skin if you don't have any spot-ons. Is for acne or any little bumps that are coming up. So definitely just spot treat that with the spot on, but anti-wrinkle treatment is the first that goes skin to skin as far as your all over skin cream. Then this live active vitamin C in your Serum C. This is going to give you that glow. It's going to help with any sunspots, any H spots. It's like your J-Lo illumination. Like after you apply this, you can instantly see that amazing glow. Make sure you tell them that once you open this up, to pump either 1 or 2 into the palm of the hand. Then you'll see the bubbles there, and what you do is you take your fingers and you start breaking up those bubbles in the hand. I call it bubbles, beads of this live active vitamin C inside those beads, and then immediately apply it to the face and take it down into the neck and the décolleté. Because this is live active vitamin C, in our cosmetic industry, just so you know, I'm sure the vitamin C industry is huge. There's like lines just based off of vitamin C. Well, in this industry, it's not regulated for you to have to say, because consumers don't really know what the difference between is live active vitamin C and dead vitamin C. So just because it's in their product, but it's dead vitamin C, meaning it's dead, the potency is not as fresh as it is because it's protected inside these beads. But within our industry, just let them go, oh, I already got a vitamin C serum. Let's say, well, and another thing too, I never say anything negative about any other company. Some people say, oh, I love this, or especially anything within our industry. I say, I have tried everything, but for me personally, I've never found a skincare system that has completely made me look, I could tell a difference the minute I put it to my skin. I don't know what has worked for you, but for me, I have tried everything. I promise you, my husband can attest to the bills of the skincare. But within those other companies' vitamin C's, there's not regulated to say whether it's live or it's dead, and most likely it's dead. So that's why ours is so unique and truly different, because of our patented technology of the Cineplex complex too. There's so much training all over about our patented technology of this Cineplex complex. It's basically like collagen on steroids. It helps the collagen production level of your skin to at least cellular renew at least 23% at least. Or higher, which means, you know, our cells regenerate just like the cells in our body every 90 days. So when we're delivering nutrients to our skin, because it is our largest organ that we have, we want to feed it the best stuff that actually will penetrate the skin. There's some skincares out there that literally people just feel like it just sits on top of their skin because it's not designed for your face to drink it in. So we want to feed our mother cell of our face the best possible skincare, so then we are producing younger, more youthful cells. Tana, I've watched so many of your videos to help me learn product knowledge. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy. Okay, and then the next thing is climate control. This stuff is awesome. This is a anti-aging moisturizer, and make sure you guys tell your customers, and you know yourself, you shake it, shake, to activate it. I also tell my clients when I'm doing the one-on-one demo, I go through each product, but when you do it at home, and to help them too, because a lot of women are like, oh my gosh, there's so many steps, and make sure you write out the steps for them, ladies. Like, if I got all this stuff at home and I'm not like a big, you know, product knowledge guru, I mean, write out what goes where, what order, and I'm going in the order that you would tell them. Let them know how to, like, and I write like AM, you're gonna do this for you, of the products you have, and PM, you're gonna do this, you know, so they can have their little cheat sheet until they know how to do it and they're familiar with it. But I also tell them we apply these two together to help skip a step, so they think that they're skipping a step, which I like it because, hey, we're all busy ladies. We gotta get our skincare on and get ready and get up and go. So I mix, I do the Cine Serum C, I do a pump in my palm, and then I shake my climate control. Has hyaluronic acid in it. I've seen amazing, there's all kinds of pictures out there for burns, sunburns, so if your kids get burnt or you get burnt, or any other things like that. But this will deliver moisture, but don't be scared of this if you have combination skin. I have combination skin and I can use this. So I shake this up and spray it into the palm of my hand, and I mix the Cine Serum C and the Climate Control together in the palm, and then deliver it to my face and into my neck and into my décolleté. And if y'all don't, décolleté is your chest down here. In case you don't know, I've asked somebody, goes, Meredith, what's a décolleté? And I'm like, oh, I'm being fancy in French. I think I learned it at Lancôme or something. But anyways, you bring it down in your décolleté because we all age on our chest. And then also too, do not ever wipe the product. Like if you have any extra skincare, do not ever like wipe it on a washcloth or something. Take the extra product and put it on the backs of your hands, because we as women, we age fastest on our hands. So that's another tip too. Make sure even when you're driving the car, you use our awesome SPF sunscreen, which, by the way, a little tip on that, it has naturally occurring titanium dioxide in our actual SPF. It's amazing. I know it's the winter right now, but but you still can absolutely use it. It's dry to the touch, because of our powerful volcanic ash, where we get a lot of our product. All of the volcanic ash derives from this place called Mount Vanuatu. Say that 3 times fast. Vanuatu. I don't even know. I think I'm saying it right. I don't know. Natalie will have to let me know. But volcanic ash, if you do any studies, is insanely powerful. That's what like our polishing exfoliator is packed full of, our other exfoliator, and then our detoxifying and moisturizing mask is like heaven on earth. If you guys have not tried the exfoliators and the detoxifying and moisturizing mask, order it now and thank me later, because you'll put that on your face and then, have a glass of wine, do something, and then wash your face, and your face will immediately feel like heaven. Like it's like so soft, and it pulls out stuff without making you break out. And it's even great for oily skin as well. I kind of got on those other products. Okay, so the next product after we apply the Climate Control and Cine Serum C, we are going to apply the Daytime Moisturizer. So I said it right. Thanks, Natalie. Daytime Moisturizer. Also point out how much you get to your clients. I mean, this is so much more than what normal people get for, and I'm sorry, not normal, but the other lines in a normal industry, you don't get this much. Daytime Moisturizer. And then my favorite, everything's my favorite. Smiling's my favorite. Buddy the Elf. Okay, so Eye Illuminator. Y'all, this stuff is amazing. If you haven't ordered the Eye Illuminator, it is our JLo Pearlizer mixed with our eye cream. And this stuff is like magic. I mean, you'll put it underneath your eye. It's applied always to apply your anything around your eye area with your ring finger, because it is our least powerful, not as strong, least strongest finger. And look up and take it around. Natalie. But this will, like, if you have any dark circles, like, but who doesn't? This will give you that immediate lift and glow. And then I also really feel like it works when you apply this and put your makeup on top of it. You can see that illumination. Okay. And then if it's at nighttime, you're going to do everything that I just did, I just talked about, but don't do the daytime moisturizer. Use your evening moisturizer, which, by the way, y'all, look how big of product. I mean, we get so much in our product and our price points. I tell all of my customers and I'm like, our price points are amazing. The most expensive thing we have in the company is $85. That's just unbelievable. I mean, people are spending $85 on, like, I don't even know, like half the stuff that we get. It's unbelievable. So and point that out to them, and they'll realize, wow, that is pretty amazing for an evening cream. And then how huge this is. This is normally like a day cream, daytime moisturizer size, or evening more. Not this. This right, and then the eye cream is like, y'all seen it in other companies. They're like this big, and you're spending $200 for like 0.5 ounce. Okay, so then at nighttime you would not do you would do the evening moisturizer, and then always this stuff. I know. Look, I'm almost out. I have another one, but I had to. This is my testers, but this stuff is amazing. This is the Collagen Night Pack. This is basically your anti-aging sleep treatment. So after everything that you've applied to your skin, the skincare, this is the last step. And you dip it in, and then you brush it onto your skin. I always brush it on to my face, and then I go down into my neck, and then into my décolleté. And then I also tell my customers, take it down in between the girls, because we start getting wrinkles down there over time, because gravity sucks, but it is what it is. Because there's actual products out there, girls. I mean, you could even Google it, that are made to their skincare patches, their skincare creams, just for that area. Then people spend a ton of money. So that is a huge market to take over as well, that they apply things in between their girls. You know what I'm talking about, in between here, while they sleep. So and when I tell my customers, I don't go into super duper science, because a lot of times it overwhelms them, but I just basically say it's like an extra boost of collagen. It seals in everything you've already applied to your face as far as your skincare. And then, when you sleep, I mean, we all sleep. I'm a mom of 2 young girls. When you sleep, you see all those like wrinkles that are forming in right there. Well, if you have this applied to your skin, it will prevent those lines from forming, which is like, when people hear that, they go, oh my gosh, okay, sign me up for that. Okay, so now we're going to go into, the next thing, silk. If y'all are not using silk, get it. and start using it. A lot of people are confused with how to apply it and how to use it. This is actually a pore and wrinkle minimizer. It's actually a skincare item. So that's why it is in the higher price point, because it's actually minimizing your wrinkles and pores, which is what everybody wants to actually have happen. But this is also a perfect primer before you're applying any of your foundations or tinted moisturizers. My favorite way to apply it is I do about 2 pumps, and then I take it and then I literally pat my face like this with the silk and go in here and I pack it like that. And then you'll notice, unless you're really, really dry, and if you're dry, you need to be using all the other skincare before that. But you'll notice that it's still wet. It stays wet for a little bit. So some people like to just rub it into their skin and then immediately start applying their foundation, which I personally say no. I say let this set for a little bit. So after I put my silk on, I go ahead and start doing my brows before I start my foundation. So while this is, you know, setting, I use, for my brows, I used Mocha Java and Garnet. And I use, these are shadow senses. Our shadow senses are amazing. They're our eyeshadows, but they can be used for multiple things. They can be used for contour. They can be used for eyebrows. They can be used for eyeliner. They can even be mixed into layers of lip scents. Did I say contour or blush even? They can be used for so many different things, and it's truly so unique and amazing. And they last so long. And another tip to do, like when you're demoing, like, or I do a lot of live demos, like of makeup on a model, and I always say, okay, how many times have you been in your bathroom, or your daughter or your kids get in your makeup and your, you know, Urban Decay palette, and then, or your fingers just switch, and then guess what? It's like slow motion of the eyeshadow like going towards the floor, and then you know it's gonna happen, and then it just shatters into a bazillion pieces all in your floor, on your bathroom, and into your grout, and then you're like, oh, and then there goes like $150, and then you have a big mess to clean up. Well, I always take this and like I do that, and I'm like, oh, you don't have to worry about that with Shadow Sense. Plus it's like 10 times smaller, and they all love that, because everybody has the story of you trying to apply your eyeshadow palette, or something, and your eyeshadow completely slips out of your hand and falls on the ground. I mean, we all have it. Let me grab that. Okay, so I have on Mocha Java regular and Garnet in my brows, and I always tell people I personally like to apply it with an angled eye color brush. Let me show you if I find one. It's just the best way personally that I like to use it. Here we go. Take it back from my, see how it's angled and it's really thin, and then I just take the product. You can even roll it on your hand, roll it on a little tray, or just literally take the product straight from the brush. So take your angle brush and go straight into it, and then always start in the middle and do light brush strokes, so you're mimicking little hair fibers. Does that make sense? Don't go in and then start and then draw a line, because then it's going to look like a line. Everything with makeup, we all try to mimic what we naturally would look like, but just really enhanced. So always just know your colors. I like using Shadow Senses for my brows. It's just, because I like to get that perfect color. Our Brow Sense is amazing. It really does not budge or smudge. I just like the color that I get better with Garnet and Mocha Java. Okay, and a lot of blondes, just FYI, their Mocha Java is perfect, just straight for them. Brunettes, if they're a lighter brunette, they could get away with Mocha Java, but if you start to get into the more darker brunette, I like Garnet and Mocha Java. And sometimes if you're really dark, you can mix Garnet and Onyx together. So those are great little combos for that. Let me think. Oh, okay, so after you do the brows, then now we're gonna go and do our foundation. My favorite way to apply the foundation is a beauty blender. Get the real beauty blender, because there's all kinds of knockoffs out there, and you can tell a difference between them. I can tell a huge difference between them. You apply it damp. This is wet, still wet, because I just washed it. But normally it comes out about half that size, and then you'll hold it underneath the faucet and it expands, and then you don't want it to be sopping wet. You'll just take like a washcloth and then, you know, wrap it around it so then it gets damp. And then I take either our I wear our Make Sense foundation every day. I love it because I can get the coverage I want, but it still looks so natural. Know as well, Make Sense foundation is waterproof. Our anti-aging foundation is water resistant because it has extra anti-aging properties into it. It's really good for extra dry skin. It's not great for oily skin. It's okay for combination, but it's better for the more mature skin. But even our Make Sense foundation, don't let people with dry skin ever think that they can't wear this, because if they have great skincare, which is another upsell on the skincare, then they don't have to worry about that. And then also, I keep saying, through everything you've ever learned about makeup and welcome to Synergens, our tinted moisturizer is unbelievable. The way that it can actually give you coverage. So if a client is saying to you, oh no, I can't wear tinted moisturizer, I need more coverage than that, you'd be surprised at how well this actually covers, because most tinted moisturizers on the market, and that's another thing, you got to know you're competing. You got to know what other people are using. So if you haven't used some of their stuff, you know, see what it's like and see how you can tell them why ours is better. Because our tinted moisturizer actually covers. A lot of the other tinted moisturizers are made for, like, you know, 12-year-olds. I mean, you get like, it's like your starter makeup, right? And so that's different than what ours is. So just and it's amazing for redness. It's because it's a color correcting tinted moisturizer. So, and then unless like, and also because it gives you the coverage you need without it being super heavy. So honestly, on a lot of days, I'll use the tinted moisturizer. I use the medium. And it covers so beautifully. And another thing about our foundations, know that if you, let's say you need a lot more people need more coverage, you know, kind of in this area, because of the patented technology and how our products are so unique and different, our foundations, you can apply a little bit thicker coverage in this area and then just take the excess and do it like a little sheer around here. And you will not be able to see the difference between where you put more on and where you didn't put more on, if that makes sense. Because other products, you would be able to see the cakiness of where you applied it. We also have awesome memes. I keep talking about memes, but pictures are worth 1,000 words of our foundations compared to other foundations, popular foundations on the market, and you see all the oil that dissipates from all of their foundations, and how ours doesn't, and then it looks the exact same from when you applied it. So Beauty Blender, because here's the thing, this is the importance of educating your customers, ladies. If I applied foundation with my fingers just to see what it would feel like, because that's what a lot of people want to apply, because they don't even think, they're like, oh, I don't want to use a brush, or oh, I don't want to use this. I don't like it with my fingertips. I like it, but I do not love it. I love it with a Beauty Blender. So know the tools to be able to tell your customers on how to get the best results, because that's what we want. We want them to have the best experience and the way that they can. My personal, as an artist, Beauty Blender with any of our foundations, whether it's the tinted moisturizer, anti-aging, or Make Sense, okay? Before too, if there is any acne spots, melasma, sunspots, I always suggest using our concealers. These are our brand new concealers. Use the concealer first on those spots. Let it set, maybe 2 minutes, maybe 1 minute. Let it dry. Then take your Beauty Blender and take the foundation and then put it on top of that. And then if they still have any sunspots or melasma spots, then you can do a touch treatment of the concealer afterwards. Let that set. Okay? Because some people are always asking about that. I always say concealer first underneath the foundation, and then do the foundation, because some people have melasma and sunspots and they want to hide them. And our concealers really do it. If you haven't seen the meme of literally covering a tattoo, it works. You just need to make sure you're applying it correctly and letting it set. Then the next thing you would do is apply our blush scents. I'm obsessed with this latest one. It's what I have on today. Our Pink Berry blush scents. And girls, tell your customers and tell yourself, if you haven't tried our blush scents, I'm gonna hook a sister up, because the first time I applied our blush scents, I applied it to my daughter for a dance competition, and it was Toasted Rose, I think it was, and I just squirted, I think it was like a pea size, thinking that was minimal, and I worked it into the, y'all, you need a pinprick pinprick amount. I mean, like, take a tiny little pen and dab it, and that is how much you need. This will last. And that's what Joni said. Joni said on stage to us, she goes, people ask me if I have any like regrets and anything. She goes, I wish I would have made the packaging smaller because everything lasts so long. So don't squeeze a bunch out, just a teeny tiny little bit into it. And then I apply, and then also too, girls, I'll post in the comments of brush sets that I recommend. You know, as an artist, when I traveled with the other companies out there, most other cosmetic companies have powdered products. So meaning like all their eyeshadows are powder, their blushes are powder, everything's powder. So they have to sell real haired brushes. And those brushes are really expensive. But because all of our products are cream to powder, you have to use a synthetic brush when you use anything wet, like a cream. Otherwise, you will ruin your brushes. So that's great for us because we can find awesome brushes. Synergen sells a little mini brush set, but I also like to have a wardrobe full of brushes, so I will post in the comments of ones that I suggest using. You can get it off Amazon. I'm talking like 30 bucks. It's amazing. So if any brushes like over time go bad and you feel like you need some new one, just go get another set, because that's $35 for a whole set. Comes with a case and everything. Okay, where next? Where am I going next? Okay, so wait, the blush scents. So you put the blush scents on after you've applied your foundation. Then you apply, and then, you use a cream brush. So like any kind of like a cream angled brush, you can use anything like that or this. And when you take that blush scents and you put a pinprick amount, remember, into your palm, take this brush and work that blush scents and that product into the brush. Do not take your brush and dab it into the pink, whatever blush scents it is, and go straight to your face, because it's only gonna get on one part of the brush and then you'll look like a little hot mess, okay? Work your product in, and you'll hear me say this a lot, work the product into your brush. That creates the most natural application. So make sure you're constantly working the product into the brush before you're applying. So you do that with your blush scents, and then you set it with our natural loose powder. Also, when you're selling foundations, ladies, make sure you tell your customers that the best way to set the foundation is our natural loose powder, because it truly is. It's so amazing. This is not a cakey, heavy. Some people hear the word powder and they're like, no, because it's going to make me look, you know, fill in all the nooks and crannies and make me look even more dry and more old. And a lot of people, because like I said, throw everything you've ever learned about makeup and throw it out the window, and welcome to Synergens. So always offer this. If they buy a foundation from you, say, I would love for you to know that this is the best way. It's like Lip Sense color to the gloss is with the foundation setting with our natural loose powder, because it is truly amazing how it sets. It comes in this awesome packaging. You get your own brush if you would like to use it that way on the go. I personally, at home, when I do my makeup, after I've done my blush scents and my makeup, I twist. Y'all see how I just started to do that? I twist the product, and then now you have a little loose powder, okay? So you take that, and then you have a little tray at home, and then you tap, tap, tap a little bit of the product into the tray, and then you take your personal favorite powder brush, which I love, something like this. See how it's big and fluffy? So then you take the powder brush and you take it in your tray, and you start, what are you doing? Are you working the product into the brush? I'm going to say that over and over again, because so many people just pour down and then they dip it once and then they go straight to their face, and then they have a ton of product on their brush because they did not work the product into the brush. Work the product into the brush, so then when you go to set your face, you have a perfect application of the powder when you're applying it. And also notice that I am going like this. I'm not dragging and wiping. I am patting. So that's another way when you apply your foundation with the Beauty Blender, you kind of just sponge like this, okay? Always kind of go in that kind of motion, because that's going to create the most natural look. Then after that, I personally am obsessed with our Bronze Dust, because I like to have some color, and we're all, you know, getting pasty in the winter and we need some color. So I do the same technique as I take that Bronze Dust, I open it up, pour it in the tray. I have a favorite brush that I like, something like this. This is Sephora's Precision Powder number 59, but any kind of brush that has, another tip with brushes is And the more looselier, y'all are gonna laugh at me because I say looselier, looser woven the brush is, the more pigment is able to go around places. Like that's what you want for your natural loose powder. That's what you want for your bronzing powder. But then when you start getting into your eyebrows and your eye shadows, you want the more tighter woven, because then that's where the product is going to be applied, right where you put it. So the more tighter woven it is, the product is more concentrated. The more loose woven the brush, the more the product is able to be dispersed. Okay? So I do the bronze dust. I take it up to the top here. I go around in the highlight. Always, always take it down underneath your chin, because an upside down triangle is what I kind of call it, because it doesn't matter if you get in the sun, which you shouldn't. Stop getting in the sun. Use our self tanner. That's awesome, by the way. And apply our self tanner with a mitt. You can get off Amazon or Sephora or Ulta. Don't spray it because it'll get all over your bathroom. Already been there, done that. But do an upside down triangle, and that's able to make the tone of your face look normal and natural towards the rest of your upside down triangle here. So then it looks natural and neat, because we're always lighter here because we actually have a natural sun protection of our chin coming out. Okay. And then we also have the silver rose dust. You can use that as a pop of color. I'll go into some of the shadows. I have tips and tricks. I have on my YouTube channel is Naturally Glamorous Artistry. Y'all are welcome to watch those and share those and help your customers. One thing I wanted to mention I just saw is our lash extend. If y'all haven't tried this, order it. I keep telling you guys, know your competition, know what your customers or your future customers are already using, so you know how to be knowledgeable about what they're using right now, so then you can tell them why Senegence is better. Or use videos of people if you're just starting out. Do not feel like you have to know all of this. That's another thing. But I'm sharing this with you so you guys can watch this back over and over and take notes and learn for yourself. But also there's videos out there that can help educate your customers on our skincare I have, and the foundations and this lash extend. When I first started Senegence, which was last December, I'm actually coming up on my year anniversary soon. But I was an avid 8-year Latisse user. Like, nobody could stop me from having my Latisse, which I don't know if y'all know how expensive it is. It's like $150 for something that's this big, and you know, the larger size is even more. I was scared to death to try it, but I'm so glad I did, because not only, if y'all can see, how my lashes not just as long, but they're stronger because of the actual, see, look at that. I mean, it's amazing how long they are. Sometimes I have to and I apply this at night. I do the clear. I apply it on the roots of my eyelashes, and then I also take the brush and then I apply it into the parts of my eyebrow. So, and a lot of women, as we age, we start losing hairs here and in here, and you can actually get your hairs to grow back in your eyebrows with the lash extend. And it's $50 compared to Latisse's $150. So you can help take some of that market share that's out there with Latisse. And they also have laundry list of dangers, warnings, and restrictions on Latisse because of stuff that's inside that, and ours is not. And like I said, it made my lashes stronger, because Latisse made my lashes longer, but they were really thin. And they weren't strong. So if I ever wanted to be fun and wear a stripped eyelash, like if we got all dolled up or a girls' night, I was scared to take them off because I felt like my lashes would completely break off because they were not strong. They were long, but they were not strong. Lash extend makes them strong as well as long. Natalie says, 1 year, and how much has your team done? Yes, it's going to be 1 year. I'm a Ruby Crown Princess, and I think we're a little over 2.2 million since April 1st. I think we're over 3.5 since I started, or something, or 4, but it's super exciting. Okay. Also, too, now I'm just looking at products, and I'm going to wrap up. I know we're all getting ready for Thanksgiving. I'm hosting. I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving. But our lip volumizer. This is unbelievable. Product knowledge, too. Thanks, Jessica. There's so many. Everybody wants big lips, right? I mean, it's just, everybody does. And so, do you understand? You can look up the market share that's just on lip volumizers, whether they get injections done or the products they purchase to get this. So the lip volumizers that are on the market, like I say, know your competition. They are actual immediate gratification lip plumpers. And you've probably used them and your lips literally feel like they're on fire and they're tingling. Well, they actually, most of them have something that is a very, very low grade equivalent to a bee sting. So you're really having an allergic reaction to their lip volumizers, and it's just something that happens immediate when you're wearing that lip gloss or that lip product volumizer that happens, which is kind of scary. And a lot of people that actually are allergic to bee stings that don't know that have had major problems having to go to the ER because having reactions. So know that our lip volumizer is the jam. All of our stuff too is hypoallergenic. I mean, I don't know if y'all have ever got a chance to, if you haven't yet, invest in the skincare and the makeup. But when I wear the makeup, and if I had a full face on like I do now, and it was with traditional makeup, any other kind of makeup, hey Lisa, I would, at the end of the day, would be like, oh, I just can't wait to wash my face. Well, with Senegence, I really barely feel like I have makeup on because it's so light, and it actually is healthy for my skin because all of our foundations, our cosmetics, anything cream based, whether it's the Shadow Senses or our foundations, they all have our amazing Cineplex complex in it that I was telling you. So when you're wearing the makeup, you're wearing the skincare. So that's also a really great sell for you to be able to share that with your customers because they're like, wow, I'm wearing skincare when I'm wearing makeup. And you know, everybody wants skincare around their eye area. But our lip volumizer actually produces collagen from the inside out. So you actually can transform the actual shape of your lips, not just what other lip volumizers that are out there in the market that have that immediate swelling because it's an allergic reaction from a bee sting. So that lip volumizer, and also this will be their nighttime treatment. This is only $50. I mean, everything, the price point is absolutely amazing. If there's any questions, make sure y'all are thinking of them so I totally can answer them for you. And if you come back and if you're watching the replay of this and you have questions, please put it in the comments and I will come back and answer them. If y'all haven't got our new iSense, the shimmers, this is like my favorite thing, and I feel like I'm gonna go order a ton more just for myself because they're limited edition and they're so gorgeous. I have on Starry Sky today because I went with a more bolder lip. But normally on another day, I like to wear Starry Sky, which is the black. And then I let that set 1 minute or so. And then I'll put Gilded on top of it. So you can layer you can layer everything, which is really great. And the same thing too with our Shadow Senses. You know, I kept telling you guys about working the product into the brush. When you have, let's say, Garnet or Mocha Java Shimmer, but especially Garnet, people are scared. They see this color and they're like, oh, that's so dark. Well, that's what I have on. I have Garnet on all over my lid and into my crease. But does it look like what Garnet looks like right here? See how dark that looks? Okay, because I took a brush, synthetic brush, and I worked the product into the brush. And then I took it all over my lid and into my crease. And I have up here, I have Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. Now, I do something else to lighten that garnet because that garnet on the lid and the crease is a little dark, but it's fun to wear like on a girls' night out on something. But I let that set, and then I take, today I took Mocha Java Shimmer and I placed it inside the inner corner and brought it over. So I lightened it up so it created that three-dimensional look. A lot of times I can even mix, I like to mix Garnet and Mocha Java Shimmer together first and work it into the brush and then apply it to my eyes. So you could work with it and play with it. I mean, y'all, we get paid for playing with makeup. So just like sit at home sometimes and work on stuff. If you want your lips bigger, let me read that. Should you go outside your normal lip line with the volumizer? I think just, I mean, maybe a little bit, but you don't want to waste too much product because it's going to help your lips. What it's going to do is to just make it like a little bit bigger, you know, I mean, but it's a significant enough amount. I don't use anything but Lipsense on my lip, and I'm careful not to get moisturizer on them, but some colors I have issues work fine. Thanks. Okay, wonderful. All right, if anybody has any questions, put it down there, and I'm trying to think if there's any extra tips that I need for you. Oh, Foops is the bee's knees. This is awesome. I love to use this as my eye makeup remover. I also use this, and people are scared to like think about doing this on their face because they think oil, you know, but it's so gorgeous to be able to remove everything. You also can remove lip scents with this, but I love selling this as an eye makeup remover, because then I sell the cleanser for the cleanser to wash your face off. And then also make sure you know what's in all these products. The fact that all of our stuff is so highly concentrated, the littlest amount goes the longest way. Truly. Also too, a lot of people don't know that we have a brush cleaner, and it's amazing. And it's like $20, I think, and it's so good, and y'all have to wash your brushes. I know you don't want to, but this is so fun. I have a little cup that is in my bathroom, and I squirt a little bit in it. And you don't have to wash every single brush every day. Like, I'd say wash your brushes like every 1 to 2 weeks. But this, 100% wash it every single day time you use it, because this is damp and it's going to hold bacteria, and you don't want to be applying things to your face that's been sitting there unwashed. Same goes for like your cream blush and other ones. You might have to wash a little bit more often than like your other basic ones. So yeah, use your Fuchs eye makeup remover, and then the cleanser. I already told you guys about the polish exfoliator and the mask, and how to mix and layer your shadow senses, and know what would be good for each person to start with. Like, if anybody wanted to know, that's one other thing people want to know. If I started, what would be like the things that I should start with? Well, I would say definitely pick a couple so I'll go from skincare. Skincare, I would pick anti-wrinkle treatment, eye illuminator, and an evening cream, a daytime cream and an evening cream. Those, like, start out there. And then, but tell them about everything, and then they can make their wish list. You know, just like with their natural loose powder, if they have something, say, okay, no problem, let's just finish out what natural loose powder you have right now. You get the foundation, make sure you get a beauty blender from Ulta or Sephora, and then once you get down out of that translucent powder, make sure you, you'll put that on your wish list and come back, and we'll set you up with the natural loose powder. So you always kind of like work within their budget, so you're not feeling like they have to have everything, but let them know what worked together, so then they can make their list of things that they can get today and make their list of things they can get the next time. So I told you my favorite ones to start somebody on skincare. With the cosmetics, definitely pick a foundation, whether it's the foundation or the tinted moisturizer. And then my favorite go-to colors that look amazing on everybody for as far as the shadow senses is Mocha Java Shimmer, Sandstone Pearl Shimmer, or Mocha Java. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, if y'all don't know this, Candlelight, which is our shadow sense, is unbelievable. It's the holy grail of concealer. We have these awesome other concealers. I use those sometimes, but I'm still kind of just in love with Candlelight, because it's just the perfect color, because I like it to be a little bit illuminized. And then I just made myself remember, see the shimmer and the highlight here? That is our J.Lo Pearlizer. If you're not familiar with that, and somebody says, I just really like a dewy foundation, so that would be an upsell for you to be able to sell them the foundation, but then also tell them that they can mix the Pearlizer in with the foundation, and they get that extra dewy glow. I say you can put Pearlizer, mix it in with the foundation, and then at the very end, after you're done with your makeup, I say do a couple pumps of the Pearlizer into your into your tips of your fingers, and you work the Pearlizer, the warmth of your fingers, and you warm that Pearlizer up, and then you just gently press and pat, and you get that illumination at the end as well. Okay, so I hope I helped you guys today. Recap, just really honestly care about your customers and want the best for them, because that's going to come back tenfold. Either they're going to be a customer of yours for life, or they're probably going to be your next distributor. And know your products. We have all kinds of tools and of product education. I have videos, but we have so many different things, and use those tools to help you educate your customers. You don't have to go and film all these videos on YouTube right when you're first starting out. We have so many Scenting Sisters that are feel free to share all this stuff, so we can help you educate your people. Just know yourself, and also you're your own walking billboard. If you don't know how it feels on your skin, and try to earn those fast starts. It's amazing. You can earn the entire skincare line in 30, 60, 90 days. So then you can be able to start wearing it and having your own testimony and being able to share it with everybody and be able to have great sales for yourself and then also for your team. Okay, so care about your customers, care about your distributors, make sure you're putting the best effort out there, and then I hope I helped you guys with the tips and tricks. And if you have any questions, just comment below and I'll get back to you when I can, and I'll also post the brush sets that I suggest. Okay, I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. I enjoyed it. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.